gold enthusiasts and global explorers. Welcome back to our channel, the channel that takes you on thrilling journeys around the world. I'm John, your guide to the extraordinary, and today, we're diving into a world of wealth, opulence, and a touch of Midas's magic. So, buckle up, because we're about to unveil the countries that have mastered the art of turning the world's resources into a dazzling treasure trove of gold. Get ready for the glitz, the glamour, and the golden revelations in our special edition, Top 10 Countries with the Highest Gold Reserves in the World. Let the adventure begin. Number 10. India. India rarely invests much in gold, as the country operates under a belief that buying gold leads to a deficit. The country currently holds 557.7 tons of gold, making up 9.9% of the country's total forex reserve. 10% is the generally agreed upon ideal average, and India is careful to remain right around that mark for maximum diversification. Number 9. Netherlands. Over the last decade and a half, the Netherlands has been selling off some tons of gold to reduce its reserve. Less gold sold than the country wanted, and in recent years, this desire to sell has been reduced. The Netherlands holds 52% of its forex reserve in, which currently totals 612.5 tons. Number 8. Japan. The small but powerful nation, Japan, had been steadily increasing its reserves of gold since the 1960s. That reserve grew until the year 2011, when the country began to sell some of its reserves in order to calm the investors and stimulate the economy in the wake of the tsunami and the following Fukushima nuclear disaster. Japan's reserves hover around 2%, with the official total reaching 765.2 tons. Number 7. Russia. Russia is the fourth largest producer of gold in the world, and has been building up its own reserve since 2006 in order to diversify. After a domestic purchase in 2012 of around 75 tons, the Russian gold reserve total reaches just shy of 970 tons. This investment brings the forex reserve percentage up to 9.8%, just shy of the ideal 10% mark. Number 6. Switzerland. Prior to 1997, Switzerland was steadily building its gold reserves. In 1997, the decision was made to sell some of those reserves to bolster the Swiss currency and diversify the forex reserves. The forex reserve percentage in Switzerland is currently 8%, with the country being the lowest on this list to hold over 1,000 tons. The total currently announced is 1,040.1 tons. Number 5. China. China is the world's number 1 producer of gold, and yet very little of that gold is held in reserve for the country. Instead, most of it is sold, then the profit reinvested in the Chinese markets. In the coming years, however, China looks to be expanding its need for gold to increase its forex percentage above the current 1.7%. China currently holds 1,054.1 tons of gold in reserve. Number 4. France. France is the first country on this list to break 2,000 tons of gold in reserve. The country currently holds 2,435.4 tons. The country has recently sold over 500 tons, but has no plans to continue these sales in the coming years. France has a high reserve percentage in gold investment, reaching 65%. Number 3. Italy has seen its share of economic problems in the last decade, and its high gold reserve percentage is a symptom of a larger problem. Italy's forex reserve ratio sits at 65%, with the country holding slightly more gold than France. Italy holds 2,451.8 tons of gold in reserve. Number 2. Germany. As the second largest holder of gold reserves in the world, Germany has been selling gold in small amounts over the last several years. However, the country recently announced its intentions to purchase gold from physical reserves in both Paris and New York. The current German gold total is 3,390.6 tons, making up 66% of the country's forex reserves. And number 1. United States. Coming as a surprise to no one, the United States is the third largest producer of gold and the single largest holder of gold reserves in the world. The only larger gold reserve in a single organization is the G6, of which many nations reside in the top 10 individually. The United States gold reserve percentage is 70%, with the physical stockpile reaching 8,133.5 tons. This number has fallen in the last half-century from the all-time high of over 20,000 tons. As we conclude our journey through the vaults of wealth, exploring the top 10 countries with the highest gold reserves, it becomes evident that gold not only represents a shining testament to a nation's economic strength, but also serves as a timeless symbol of prosperity. These nations, with their formidable gold stockpiles, stand as pillars of financial stability and resilience in the ever-evolving global landscape. Thank you for joining us on this glittering expedition. And until our next exploration, stay tuned for more insights into the world's economic tapestry.